Rage quit? Never. Dad quit? Not an option. Welcome to Nerd Rage. What's going on, YouTube? Here to make a video about Path of Exile 2. They just released content for the third edict and their new league, Rise of the Abyssal. I am super stoked to play it. I can't wait till next week. I am trying to come up with builds and trying to look at the systems and information that they've given us to come up with stuff. So kind of want to do a quick highlight of stuff. They've given us Act 4. They're giving us 3 interlude acts, which are just kind of like a temporary placeholder so that we don't have to do the cruel difficulty of all the acts. I think it's a great call. They've got a new league system, Rise of the Abyssal, which for those that have played Path of Exile 1, similar to the Abyssal system that we've got there, but I think it's going to be a little bit better. They've not made it the same. They've made it just a little bit different, and they've added some crafting to it, which I think is great. It's going to make it so that it's fresh, it's new, it's a new way of thinking about it. In fact, let's kind of take a look and see what they say here.
Feels different with something extra going on. It is really important to make sure your experience when returning between expansions is fresh and filled with new content. And the way we did this was through leagues. Every expansion we make has a league, which not only has a fresh economy, but also has new content exclusively available in that league. So, let's delve into the details of what Path of Exile 2's first official league is bringing to the table. The Abyssal are a race that have mastery of forbidden magics and necromancy. They were thought to be extinct, but have merely been biding their time underground. You first encounter signs of the Abyssal in Clarefell, where you discover that during the night, weaker members of the Undead Legion have been attacking the encampment. The townsfolk require your help to investigate where the monsters are coming from and put a stop to their attacks.
So just want to say, similar to a lot of other league systems, for those that are not used to Path of Exile 1, it begins right away. You do not have to wait to get to the end game to start engaging in this activity, which I think is awesome. It makes it so that it's engaging throughout the entire gameplay. You don't have to sit there and wait and, oh, I got to level first before I get to the... No, the new stuff is right away. So here we get to look at this guy right away in the very first beginning. Hey, I've got a quest for you. Go play with the new stuff that we came out with.
Out there, ancient creatures, lurking beneath the surface.
As you proceed through Rayclast, you'll find fissures in the earth connected to larger pits. The monsters normally inhabiting the area are being affected by it, harmed by it even, having their souls eaten to strengthen the Abyssal underground. As you defeat the monsters, the fissure closes and Abyssal emerge, angered by you killing their food. Once all those fissures have been sealed, the pit activates, and more Abyssal pour out. This is where the larger and more dangerous monsters reveal themselves, as hordes of Abyssal spew out from the pit to take your soul. If you kill a magic pack, then magic Abyssal arise. If you kill a rare, then a rare monster will emerge from the pit, having absorbed some or all of its modifiers for itself. This means the monsters emerging will generally be more difficult and more rewarding, as each...
Again, this is PoE 2's take on this particular system. This was not the case in PoE 1, or it isn't the case right now for PoE 1. And I think it's a good take. It makes things more difficult. And it allows you kind of to be able to engage with it, and you have the choice. Do I make it more difficult, or do I just kind of leave it alone because I'm already having a difficult time with this, the enemies around the area, the yellow bars are, starting to beat me, I don't know that I could do an Abyssal one that has even more modifiers. So I think it's a good choice. I think it's a good difference in what we're normally used to. And if we continue going on, I love some of the different things. Yeah.
Monsters also interact with other monsters and mechanics. If you defeat a rogue exile that's near one,
awesome.
It'll be revived as a Lichborn that has multiple Abyssal modifiers. Lichborn exiles even have their own unique jewel they can drop, if you are lucky enough to encounter and kill them.
So again, on that point, this is basically taking in the game. There are other exiles that show up, similar to yellow bars and all that kind of stuff. If you kill them while they're there with the Fisher, they become an enhanced version. And then you see right here again,
If an abyss spawns near a
similar
boss,
to
killing it will summon a gigantic giga larvae
this
creature.
now we've got a new boss that's now Lich and has extra stuff, and it just adds more things to the game, which it's going to be fun. I'm excited about it. I'm super hyped. I can't wait to get into the system. They
Cavity
start
with a
going
massive
in
vortex of souls swirling beneath
now.
you.
Once you get the items that drop,
So
you
how
can
do you
put that
reveal
in
the
there.
mods on your abyssal infused items? Obviously, just throw them in, right? Yes, that's exactly what you do. Before throwing it in, you are given the option of how you want to transform it, in the form of a choice of 3 different.
This is great. Again, giving you choice because there is some element of RNG. You're not guaranteed things, but this allows you to go, hey, this is actually going to help my build. And it isn't a one and done, oh, that's going to brick it and you're out. You have no choice. I think this is awesome. Later on, they actually go in and talk about how you're going to get certain things. There are certain gems that you can
Body
have,
armor.
which
I
are
wonder
great.
how rare that one is. You can also find this unique jewel, Undying
Jewels.
Hate.
Here, like,
This jewel transforms part of your passive skill tree into an abyssal version, and has multiple depths. The deeper
adding more complexity to the game, giving you more ways to build. I'm excited. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I know the builds are going to be there. They also hinted, I believe, here, of you jumping
items you
in,
threw in came back more
and it's
powerful,
going to
right?
give you something. We
So,
don't know what it
what's
is.
the worst that
Obviously,
could
there,
happen?
the surprise
Well,
is still
you will
there.
just have
Everybody
to find-
wants to know. But that's awesome. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what it is that they're going to do. The second thing that I absolutely love is the asynchronous trading that they've got. Basically, what it's going to be another merchant and another way to trade. Normally, with trading, we go through the website, you list things, you have to deal with the people that are AFK, you have to deal with the price fixers. It is absolutely frustrating. This is a way of dealing with that. And they're allowing you to have this other merchant that's going to have tabs. Now, what they did say is for those of you that have the premium tabs already prior to the 0.3 patch landing, you can then convert those premium tabs over to this merchant so that you have multiple tabs. For me, I know I've got, because I've been playing the game for over a decade, I've got a lot of tabs that I just don't use because you start buying the quad tabs and you start, getting into the other various tabs that hold the currencies and stuff like that. So you have just leftover hanging tabs that are just there. So I'm going to convert a few of them at least to make it so that I can list these items. And I'm excited because you list it, it's done. That means when I'm listing something, first of all, one of the caveats is once you list it, you can't change it for a while. So if you accidentally list something the wrong price, you're stuck with that. Your fault. So be prudent when you're looking and listing stuff. Make sure you do your research if you don't know how much an item is worth, because once you list it, it's there. But the second thing is when you're offline, your stuff is still there. Your store is still there. People can access the items that you've listed and purchase them, which is awesome. It's going to make trading so much better, so much more enjoyable for both parties. And I'm super excited for that. I want to end the video. So I like to use ChatGPT. I know some of you are like, oh, but I thought it would be fun to have it scour all of the patch notes, all the various different websites that are out there, and kind of see what it thinks some of the top builds are, just to kind of give you some hints. I don't know whether I'm going to, use any of these or not. I just thought it was fun. I thought it was a fun activity. So the first one that it's got, Amazon Lightning Spear, that was really big in the last one. I would have assumed that they, nerfed it into Oblivion, but from what we're seeing, it's not really nerfed into Oblivion. It's nerfed a little bit, but still viable. So who knows? I don't think I'm going to play that. That was the build that I played last league, and I don't know. I just want to do something different. Then we got the Chaos Dot over to the Chaos Totem Lich. So that one looks pretty interesting. Kind of giving you an easier loop of hands-free bossing. Again, a totem build. Some people like it, some people don't. So that'll be interesting. Frost Darts plus the Snap with the Stormweaver or Chronomancer. It's an off-meta build, so that might be fun to play. You can kind of see how how it's got that explained. Toxic Domain Pathfinder. Bow Spear Poisoner, I'm sure somebody's going to, because there are people inevitably that love playing bow builds. So I'm sure they'll find something along with that. The one that caught my attention, actually, though, is the Mortar Cannon Grenader Totems. That looks kind of fun. An off-meta build. I don't know how powerful it's going to be. There are a lot of, ups that we may or may not get trying to go through, but there's some builds, just some, to kind of get the discussion started. But anyway, I hope you guys are as excited as I am in this new league, and I hope to see you guys playing. Let me know what you think. Let me know the potential builds that you're going to be in. I'm sure I'm going to create some more videos before and during the league. So until next time, guys.